Have you ever asked yourself if what people call love is sometimes just fear of being by yourself? What if many relationships aren't really about true connection, but about escaping the quiet inside you? The Stoics warned us, the chains we choose on our own are the hardest to break, and often those chains look nice. They come as romance, comfort, or safety, but deep down, you feel something isn't right. Most people don't enter relationships because they are strong and complete. They enter them because they are afraid to face themselves. They would rather handle someone else's problems than sit alone with their own thoughts. That's why so many lose themselves little by little just to keep another person around. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't fear death. Fear never really living." And that's exactly what happens when you can't handle being single. You stop truly living. This video isn't about hating love or saying you must be alone forever. It's about taking your power back. It's about learning to stand strong by yourself so that if you ever choose love, it's a real choice, not a need. Because love is only true when it comes from freedom, not fear. So before we get into the 10 reasons why staying single might be the best thing you can do for yourself, hit that subscribe button, because what we're building here isn't just talk. It's about giving you the clarity and strength to live life on your own terms. 1. You stay away from bad connections. When you choose to stay single, you give yourself one of the best protections. You stay away from the wrong people. Think about it. How many lives have been completely changed, even ruined, just because someone got tied to the wrong partner? It doesn't take a bad person to hurt you. It only takes the wrong one for you. A relationship with the wrong person doesn't just waste your time. It can waste years of your growth, your energy, and even your sense of self. See, when you're desperate for love, you're not careful. You don't slow down to ask, is this person actually good for me? Do they respect my limits? Do they add peace to my life or just problems? Instead, you jump in fast, hoping they'll fix the loneliness you're afraid to face. And that's when trouble starts. You start ignoring warning signs. You make excuses for their behavior. And little by little, you lose yourself. Staying single protects you from this trap. The Stoics believed freedom is the highest good. Freedom from being ruled by your wants. Freedom from being trapped by what others think. When you're single, you have that freedom. You're not tied to someone's mood changes, their approval, or their bad habits. You can move through life without always cleaning up someone else's mess. And let's be real. How many people settle for partners who drain them, stress them, or hold them back just because they're scared to be alone? Being single allows you to say no. No to pressure. No to someone who doesn't value you. No to someone who wants to control who you are. You don't have to explain why you don't reply fast, why you don't want to go out, or why you're focusing on yourself. You belong to yourself, and that's a power too many people throw away just to avoid being single. And here's the thing. When you're not desperate, you become harder to fool. You start seeing people more clearly. You're not blinded by need. So you notice who's real and who's fake. You notice who respects you and who only wants to use you. In a way, singleness sharpens your vision. It trains you to filter out bad connections before they ever get close enough to hurt you. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." And I'd add this, the happiness of your life also depends on the quality of the people you let in. When you stay single until you're strong enough, clear enough, and patient enough to choose wisely, you avoid half the pain most people go through. So don't see being single as a punishment. See it as a shield that protects your time, your energy, and your spirit from people who don't deserve them. Because the truth is, it's better to be alone than tied to the wrong person. Every day you stay single, you're not missing out. You're actually saving yourself from years of hurt you might never get back. That's the first gift of staying single. You keep your life clean from bad connections. You protect your heart, your mind, and your path. And when the right person finally shows up, you'll be ready, not needy. 2. You have full control over your time. One of the biggest gifts of staying single is this. Your time is completely yours. Think about it. When you're in the wrong relationship, your hours, your days, even your weekends get negotiated away. Suddenly, you're living on someone else's schedule. Where you go, what you do, who you see, it all has to pass through another person's filter. And if that person doesn't value your time as much as you do, you end up drained, frustrated, and always behind on the things that truly matter to you. But when you're single, you get to own your time. You can spend your morning however you want. You can stay up late chasing an idea that excites you without someone complaining that you're not in bed yet. You can take a trip on short notice, dive into a hobby, or just sit in silence and breathe without asking for permission. That's real freedom, the kind most people don't even realize they've traded away. The Stoics believed that time is our most precious possession, more valuable than money, more valuable than status. Seneca said it clearly. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. And one of the biggest ways people waste their lives is by giving away their time to relationships that don't nurture them. Hours spent in arguments, in fake peace, in trying to fix someone else's chaos. Those are hours you will never get back. When you're single, you learn how powerful your time really is. You notice how much you can get done when you don't have to constantly check in, explain yourself, or compromise on every little decision. You can pour that time into building yourself, your health, your mind, your career, your vision. And here's the thing. Every hour you invest in yourself adds up. It grows. 1 year of focusing on your own growth while single can put you 10 years ahead of someone who keeps wasting their time on relationships that hold them back. Freedom over your time also means you don't live by other people's moods. You don't have to cancel your plans because someone is upset. You don't have to waste your weekends fixing fights. Your time belongs to you. And because of that, your energy stays cleaner, sharper, more focused. You start to see how much life opens up when you're not always negotiating with another person about how to spend your minutes. And let's be honest, time is the one resource you can never earn back. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose chances and find new ones, but once a day is gone, it's gone forever. So ask yourself, how much of your time have you already given to people who didn't deserve it? How many hours have you spent arguing, apologizing for things you didn't even do, or waiting for someone to appreciate you? Staying single is your chance to take all that time back, to use it in a way that actually builds you, strengthens you, and moves you forward. And here's the twist. When you finally learn to guard your time fiercely as a single person, you're less likely to waste it when you do meet someone worthy. You'll have higher standards. You'll recognize quickly who respects your time and who doesn't, and you won't hesitate to walk away from anyone who tries to steal it. So never see your single season as empty. See it as the most valuable season of your life. Because right now, your time belongs fully to you, and what you do with it will shape the rest of your future. 3. You build self-control without distractions. When you're single, something powerful happens. You get the space to truly master yourself. No constant drama, no emotional ups and downs, no distractions pulling you away from your goals. Just you, your thoughts, and the discipline to shape the kind of person you want to become. See, here's the truth. Relationships can be beautiful, but they can also be noisy. They fill your mind with endless check-ins, worries about what the other person thinks, and compromises that slowly eat away at your focus. You start losing track of your own priorities because you're busy managing someone else's feelings. And while that might sound like love, it often leaves you weaker, not stronger. When you stay single, you remove that noise. Suddenly, you're not waking up to arguments or going to bed with stress that isn't even yours. You have the space to ask, what do I really want? Who do I want to become? And then you actually have the time and energy to do the work. That's self-mastery. The Stoics talked about this all the time. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And you can't master yourself if you're constantly distracted by someone else's chaos. Self-mastery means building habits that make you steady, waking up early because you want to, training your body, sharpening your mind, learning skills, and creating routines that give you strength. When you're single, there's no excuse. No one is stopping you. No one is pulling you off track. Think about it. How many people lose years of their life just trying to fix toxic relationships? They spend their nights arguing instead of reading, working out or building something. They waste their mornings recovering from fights. Instead of setting up their day with clarity, they give their best energy to keeping someone else happy instead of investing it in their own growth. That's not mastery. That's slavery. But when you're single, every bit of your energy can go into building you. You can decide to hit the gym, to write, to study, to work hard, to meditate, to grow, and the best part, the results add up fast. Discipline compounds. The small wins build confidence, and that confidence makes you unstoppable. Self-mastery is also about emotional strength. When you're single, you're forced to face yourself. There's no partner to blame when you slip, no one to distract you when you feel low. You sit with your emotions, your fears, your doubts, and by facing them head-on, you grow stronger. You learn how to calm yourself down, how to motivate yourself, how to bounce back. That's resilience, something too many people never develop because they're always leaning on someone else. And here's the truth. If you can't master yourself when you're alone, you'll never master yourself in a relationship, because relationships test you. They push your buttons. They challenge your patience. If you're not steady inside, you'll break. But when you've already built strength in solitude, you carry that strength with you wherever you go. So don't see singleness as a gap in your life. See it as a training ground, a boot camp for your soul, a place where you sharpen your discipline, master your emotions, and become the kind of person who doesn't just survive life, but conquers it. That's the third truth. Staying single gives you the chance to master yourself without distractions. And once you've built that kind of inner power, nothing and no one can take it from you. 4. You protect your energy from toxic people. One of the biggest wins of staying single is this: you keep your energy safe. Let's be real. Nothing drains you faster than being tied to the wrong person. Toxic people don't just waste your time. They poison your peace. They make you question yourself. They pull you into constant arguments. They guilt you for wanting freedom, and they leave you feeling like no matter what you do, it's never enough. That's not love. That's a slow death of your spirit. When you're single, you don't have to play those games. You don't have to walk on eggshells around someone's mood swings. You don't have to check your phone every 5 minutes, out of fear you'll upset them. You don't have to carry the weight of someone else's chaos on your shoulders. Your energy, your most valuable fuel, stays clean, focused, and yours. The Stoics warned us about this long ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." But how can you think clearly when you're surrounded by negativity, manipulation, and constant drama? The truth is, your environment shapes your mind, and nothing shapes your environment more than the people you allow close. If that person is toxic, your mind becomes toxic too. Toxic people don't always show up as villains. Sometimes they come disguised as love, as comfort, as companionship. But you feel it deep down. They drain more than they give. They demand your attention, but never support your growth. They want control, not connection. And if you stay with them, your energy gets eaten alive by their insecurities. But staying single flips that script. It gives you a shield. Instead of fighting off their negativity every day, you keep your circle clear. You choose peace over chaos. You choose growth over drama. You choose to protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. Once your energy is gone, your dreams, your focus, your happiness all start to fade. Think about the power of waking up without dread. No fights waiting for you in the morning. No passive-aggressive texts. No emotional roller coaster draining your spirit before the day even begins. Just silence, just freedom. Just space to decide how you want to feel and where you want to put your energy. That's priceless. And here's the secret. Protecting your energy isn't just about avoiding bad people. It's also about building the strength to say no, to cut ties when someone shows you who they really are, to walk away without guilt. Staying single teaches you that skill, because when you've lived in peace, you become less willing to tolerate chaos. When you've felt what it's like to have clear energy, you don't let anyone come in and pollute it. So don't think of singleness as being alone. Think of it as being guarded, like a warrior protecting their flame. You're not letting just anyone walk into your life with muddy shoes. You're protecting the most important thing you have, your inner fire. That's the fourth truth. Staying single keeps toxic people out of your space. It gives you the clarity, the calm, and the clean energy you need to build the life you actually want. And the longer you protect that energy, the stronger and more unstoppable you become. 5. You learn to love your own company. At first, being single can feel uncomfortable. The silence feels heavy. You sit alone in your room and suddenly your thoughts are louder than ever. Most people run from that silence. They grab their phone, chase attention, or jump into the first relationship that comes along just to avoid it. But here's the truth. If you can't enjoy your own company, no one else will ever fill that gap for you. Learning to love being with yourself is one of the most powerful skills you'll ever develop. When you stay single, you're forced to face yourself, your flaws, your fears, your doubts, but also your strengths, your dreams, your values. And the more time you spend with yourself, the more you realize, wait, I actually like this person I'm becoming. That's when the fear of being alone starts to fade and real confidence begins to grow. Carl Jung once said, loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. In other words, being surrounded by people doesn't fix loneliness. If you don't understand yourself, if you can't connect with who you really are, you'll always feel alone, even in a crowded room. But when you learn to love your own company, you're never truly lonely again. Think about it. When you enjoy your own presence, life feels lighter. A walk becomes peaceful instead of boring. Eating alone becomes freedom instead of punishment. Quiet evenings turn into a chance to read, create, dream, and recharge. Instead of something you need to escape, you stop waiting for someone to complete your life because you realize you were already whole all along. And here's the beauty of it. Once you learn to love your own company, you stop chasing people just to fill the silence. You stop begging for attention. Stop settling for half-hearted love. Stop bending yourself just to keep someone close. Because why would you? You already enjoy being with yourself. Any relationship from that point on becomes a bonus, not a necessity. You don't need anyone to make you feel valuable. You bring that value with you. The Stoics taught that true happiness doesn't depend on external things. It comes from within. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself." That's exactly what you discover when you embrace your own company. You realize happiness doesn't come from having someone sitting across the table. It comes from knowing you're enough, even in silence. And here's the paradox. The more you love your own company, the better your future relationships become. Why? Because you're no longer desperate. You're no longer scared of walking away. You choose people out of strength, not fear. And that makes your connections healthier, more genuine, more real. So don't fear being alone. Don't rush to escape it. Sit in it, learn from it, grow inside it. Because when you can look in the mirror and truly enjoy the person staring back, you've unlocked a kind of freedom that no relationship can ever give you. That's the fifth truth. Staying single teaches you how to love your own company. And once you master that, you'll never beg for love again. You'll simply share the love you already carry inside. 6. You avoid the trap of seeking approval. One of the biggest traps people fall into in relationships is this. They start living for approval. They shape their words, their choices, even their personality around what the other person thinks. It happens so slowly you don't even notice it at first. You ask yourself, will they like this? Will they still love me if I do that? Before you know it, you're not living your life anymore. You're performing for someone else. When you're single, you break free from that trap. You don't have to wake up worrying if your partner thinks you're enough. You don't have to bend your dreams, your clothes, your opinions, or your goals just to keep someone else comfortable. You get to be you, fully, honestly, completely. And that's freedom most people never taste because they're too busy trying to prove themselves. The truth is, approval is addictive. The moment you start chasing it, you keep needing more. A compliment feels good for a while, but then you need another one. Approval keeps you hooked like a drug, and the more you rely on someone else to make you feel worthy, the less you remember your own value. That's why so many people stay in bad relationships. They'd rather be approved of by the wrong person than risk standing on their own. But the Stoics had a better way. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." In other words, stop caring so much about what people think, because if your peace depends on their opinion, you'll never be free. Singleness trains you in that discipline. It teaches you to validate yourself, to stand strong without someone clapping for you, to look in the mirror and know your worth without needing anyone to confirm it. Think about how powerful that is. When you stop seeking approval, you start living bolder. You chase goals that excite you, not ones that look impressive. You speak the truth, even if it's not popular. You wear what feels right to you, not what will get the most likes. Your life becomes yours again. Pure, authentic, real. And here's the irony. The moment you stop chasing approval, you actually become more attractive. People respect those who don't beg for approval. Confidence is magnetic. Independence is magnetic. When you carry yourself like someone who doesn't need approval, people want to give it to you. Anyway, but here's the difference. You don't depend on it anymore. It's a bonus, not your oxygen. Staying single gives you the space to practice this, to say, "I'm enough." Even here, even now, even without applause. It's not always easy. Some days you'll feel the urge to post something just to see who reacts. Some nights you'll miss hearing "I love you" from someone else. But when you push through that, when you learn to give yourself that love first, you reach a level of strength most people never touch. So let's be clear. Seeking approval is a trap that steals your freedom, but staying single helps you escape it. It teaches you that your worth isn't in someone else's hands. It's already in yours. And when you finally believe that, you stop performing, you stop begging, you stop shrinking, you start living. That's the sixth truth. Staying single keeps you free from the endless hunger for approval. And once you stop chasing approval, you finally become the person you were always meant to be. 7. You grow stronger in solitude. There's something about being alone that scares most people. They hear the word solitude and immediately think of loneliness, emptiness, or weakness. But the truth is, solitude is not weakness. It's training. It's the gym for your soul. It's where you build strength that no relationship can give you. When you're single, you get thrown into solitude, whether you like it or not. At first, it feels heavy. The silence is loud. You notice your doubts, your fears, your insecurities, and that's exactly why so many people rush into relationships. They don't want to face themselves. But here's the thing. If you can't sit with yourself, you'll never be strong enough to stand with someone else. The Stoics saw solitude as the place where you face your true self. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul." In solitude, there's no one to distract you, no one to blame, no one to rescue you. It's just you. And while that can feel uncomfortable at first, it's the very process that makes you stronger. Think about it like this. Solitude is pressure, and pressure builds resilience. You learn how to calm your own mind when anxiety hits. You learn how to lift yourself up on bad days instead of waiting for someone else to do it. You learn how to enjoy life without needing constant validation or company. That's strength, and it only comes from being tested in silence. When you grow stronger in solitude, you also stop fearing loss. You realize you've survived nights alone. You've survived mornings without texts. You've survived holidays without someone sitting across from you. And once you've been through that and found peace anyway, you become unshakable. No breakup, no rejection, no absence can destroy you because you've already proven you can stand on your own. And here's the paradox. Solitude, the very thing people fear, is actually what makes you most attractive. Why? Because independence is magnetic. People can sense when you don't need them to survive. They can feel the strength that comes from someone who's been forged in solitude. And that makes your presence different. You're no longer desperate. You're grounded. Solitude also sharpens your mind. Without constant noise, your thoughts grow clearer. You start hearing your own ideas again. You realize which dreams are truly yours and which ones you only carried because someone else expected them of you. Solitude gives you focus, and focus builds power. Of course, solitude isn't always easy. There will be nights when it feels heavy, when you wish someone was there just to say, "It's okay." But those are the nights when you grow the most, because each time you sit with that feeling instead of running from it, you get stronger. You realize you don't actually need saving. You're capable of saving yourself. That's the real strength of solitude. It doesn't make you cold. It doesn't make you hard. It makes you steady. It makes you calm. It makes you powerful in a way that doesn't break when life gets rough. So don't run from solitude. Embrace it. Train in it. Because that's where your true power is born. That's the seventh truth. Staying single gives you the gift of solitude. And in solitude, you grow stronger than you ever thought possible. 8. You can focus on your mission, not pleasing others. One of the biggest traps people fall into when they're in the wrong relationship is this. They start living to please someone else. They change their schedule, their habits, even their goals just to keep another person happy. And little by little, they forget why they're here. They forget their mission. But when you're single, you don't have that problem. You don't have to explain why you're working late, why you're grinding on weekends, or why you'd rather spend your night studying, training, or building your future instead of watching TV. You don't have to water down your ambition just to make someone else feel secure. You're free to chase your mission with everything you've got. The Stoics believed that every person is here for a reason, a purpose, a path that is uniquely theirs. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's true delight is to do the things he was made for." But here's the hard truth. Most people never get to that delight because they're too busy managing someone else's feelings. They give more energy to keeping the peace than to building their purpose. And at the end of their life, they wonder why they feel empty. Staying single protects you from that fate. It gives you the space to throw yourself into your mission without apology. If you want to start a business, you can. If you want to travel for work, you can. If you want to wake up at 4 a.m. every day and train like a warrior, you can. There's no one telling you you're too obsessed or working too much. You get to define your life by what matters to you, not by how well you fit into someone else's comfort zone. And here's the thing about missions. They require obsession. They require sacrifice. They require late nights, early mornings, and sometimes saying no to comfort so you can say yes to greatness. That's hard to do if your energy is tied up in constantly making sure someone else feels okay. When you're single, all that energy stays yours. You get to invest it in your future instead of wasting it on arguments, compromises, or guilt trips. Think about the most successful people you admire. The artists, the athletes, the leaders, the creators. Most of them spent long seasons of their life single. Why? Because they knew their mission came first. They weren't distracted by the need to please anyone. They gave their best years, their best energy to building something that would outlast them. That's not selfish. That's purpose. And here's the paradox. When you're deeply focused on your mission, you actually become more attractive. People respect someone with drive. They respect someone who has direction. But more importantly, you respect yourself. You look in the mirror and see someone building something real, not someone constantly bending to please others. So don't be afraid of being single. Use it. This is your season to focus, to build, to chase the mission that burns inside you without distraction. Because when you live for your purpose instead of people-pleasing, you stop wasting your life and you start owning it. That's the eighth truth. Staying single lets you focus fully on your mission, not on pleasing others. And that mission, once you commit to it, will give you more fulfillment than any shallow approval ever could. 9. You develop emotional independence. One of the most powerful things about staying single is this. You learn how to stand on your own emotionally. Most people don't even realize how much they lean on others until they're left alone. They rely on someone else to make them feel loved, to calm them down, to lift them up, or even just to remind them they matter. But when your emotions are always tied to someone else, you're never really free. When you're single, you don't have that safety net. And that's a good thing, because it forces you to learn how to handle your emotions yourself. You learn how to comfort yourself when you're stressed, how to motivate yourself when you're tired, how to pick yourself back up when life knocks you down. That's emotional independence. And once you've built it, no one can take it away from you. At first, it's tough. The quiet nights hit harder. The bad days feel heavier. You'll want to reach for someone just to make it easier. But if you sit with those feelings instead of running from them, something shifts. You realize you actually can handle it. You don't need someone to rescue you. You don't need someone to tell you who you are. You're capable of carrying yourself through the storm. And the moment you feel that strength for the first time, you'll never forget it. The Stoics were all about this kind of self-reliance. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And emotional independence is exactly that, mastering yourself. Not letting your mood swing with someone else's mood. Not letting your peace depend on whether or not someone texts you back. Not letting your happiness collapse just because someone walked out. Think about how most people live. One bad argument ruins their whole week. One breakup destroys their self-worth. One cold reply in a text leaves them anxious for days. That's not freedom. That's emotional slavery. And most of the time, it's because they never learned how to stand strong on their own. But when you're single, you get the chance to build that muscle. You learn how to validate yourself without needing compliments. You learn how to enjoy your day without waiting for someone else's approval. You learn how to create joy from simple things. Music, exercise, reading, silence. Your happiness starts coming from inside, not outside. And here's the beauty of emotional independence. It doesn't make you cold. It doesn't make you selfish. It makes you stable. It makes you steady. It makes you someone who can actually love in a healthier way because you're not asking another person to carry all your emotional weight. You're already carrying yourself. And here's the paradox. When you don't need anyone to complete you, you actually have more love to give because it's not coming from emptiness. It's coming from fullness. You're not clinging out of fear. You're choosing out of strength. So don't be afraid of building emotional independence in your single season. It might feel lonely at times, but it's the kind of loneliness that trains you, that sharpens you, that sets you free. That's the ninth truth. Staying single helps you build emotional independence. And once you've tasted that kind of freedom, you'll never again settle for love that costs you your peace. 10. You become whole before sharing yourself. The biggest lie most of us are taught from childhood is this. You need another person to complete you. Movies, songs, even family conversations all push the same idea. You're only whole when you find your other half. It sounds romantic, but it's actually one of the most dangerous beliefs you can carry. Because the moment you believe you're incomplete, you'll spend your life chasing someone to fill the gap instead of learning how to stand complete on your own. When you're single, you get the chance to break that lie. You learn that you are already enough. You don't need someone to validate your worth. You don't need someone to give you an identity. You don't need someone to make your life meaningful. You are whole now as you are. And the moment you embrace that truth, everything changes. Think about how different your relationships become when you already feel whole. You don't enter them out of desperation. You don't cling to people just to avoid being alone. You don't bend yourself into shapes to keep them happy. Instead, you choose from abundance, not from lack. You share yourself, not because you're empty, but because you're overflowing. That's the healthiest form of love, the kind that's a gift, not a transaction. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Happiness doesn't come from finding someone else to complete you. It comes from realizing you were never broken to begin with. Staying single gives you the time and space to discover that. Of course, it takes work. You'll face your insecurities. You'll face the parts of yourself you've tried to hide. But if you stay with it, if you do the inner work, you'll find something unshakable on the other side. A sense of wholeness that no breakup can take away, no rejection can shatter, no absence can destroy. And here's the paradox. When you finally feel whole on your own, that's when you're actually ready to share yourself. Not because you need someone to fix you, but because you want to walk beside them as equals. You can love deeply without fear. You can let people in without losing yourself. You can give without secretly begging for something in return. That's real strength. So don't rush into relationships just to feel complete. Use your single season to build wholeness. Heal the wounds, strengthen the weak spots. Discover the passions and values that make you who you are. Because the more whole you become on your own, the better everything else in your life becomes. That's the 10th and final truth. Staying single allows you to become whole before sharing yourself. And when you finally do share, it won't be from emptiness. It'll be from strength, freedom, and love that can't be shaken. So let's bring it all together. Staying single isn't a curse. It's not a failure. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's a season of power, a season of growth, a season where you take back your life and build yourself into someone unshakable. When you stay single, you avoid bad connections that could drag you down. You protect your time, that one resource you can never get back. You build self-mastery without distractions. You guard your energy from toxic people. You learn to love your own company. You stop chasing approval. You grow stronger in solitude. You focus on your mission instead of pleasing others. You build emotional independence. And most of all, you become whole before you ever share yourself with anyone else. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's freedom. That's real power. The Stoics believed that the good life comes from mastering yourself, not from depending on others. And the truth is, once you learn to stand alone, you'll never again settle for connections that make you small. You'll only accept relationships that add to your life, not ones that take it away. So if you're single right now, don't rush to escape it. Don't see it as a gap to fill. See it as a rare gift, a chance to become the strongest, clearest, most authentic version of yourself. Because the person who can stand alone without fear is the one who can stand anywhere with anyone and never lose themselves. And now it's your turn. Ask yourself tonight, am I running from solitude or am I growing inside it? That question could change everything. If this message hit home for you, make sure you subscribe right now. Because this journey doesn't stop here. We're building a space where strength, freedom, and self-mastery come first. And I want you to walk it with me. Remember this, you are not half of anything. You are whole. Protect that truth, live by it, and never let the world convince you otherwise.